Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager number 9882 US26 bright chrome pocket door edge pull. This is the classic, common, ubiquitous edge pull that you're going to see in pocket doors, primarily in residential applications. This is the 9882, available in all the common finishes: your brass, your bronze, chrome, oil rubbed, satin polished, oil rub bronze, I should say. Spring loaded sort of edge pull, where you get your finger right down into that recessed area, you pull it out, and that's how it works. Okay. Very clean sort of prep, nice quality piece of hardware, yet very inexpensive. And again, it's going to be really an item that you'll see everywhere. It's a very common item to sell, naturally. This is made of brass-based material. Okay. That spring, of course, is going to be steel-based, although it's only marginally magnetic. Okay. A nice feature of this Hager 988S is there is a slight bevel to the edges. And if you've mortised wood doors, wood frames, if you've machined for hardware in the past, you'll come over time familiar with pieces of hardware that have that slight relief or beveled edge. That beveled edge serves as a way that when you insert the hardware into the edge of a freshly mortised, with a router, let's say, door edge, you can accomplish an incredibly nice tight margin between the edge of the door and the preparation. So if you're mortising something into a piece of, like a, well, let's say you have a plain slice select white maple door, and you've got maple styles, and you take your router and get a nice perfect finish, square the corners out very carefully, you'll take this piece of hardware and it will just pressure fit in so nicely. And that is a feature. You're not going to see really those beveled edges too well on the camera, but it's a hallmark of finer pieces of hardware, and that opinion of mine is a result of years of machining doors. So there is, speaking of machining doors, there is a link below this video to a document called Template. First, let's go over the outside dimensions of the item. Hager has it at 3 7/8 overall height. I'd say that'd be spot on. The width of this item, 3/4 inch. Yeah, that's again correct. What I like to do is use a caliper when possible, because that's going to give you a better control over, especially when you're mortising for hardware, about exactly how large to be mortising something. The depth of this item, about 1 5/8 inches. So on the template, they're calling for a mortise prep modus. 3 7/8 is the mortise height that they're asking for. A width of 3/4 inch. A plate thickness is 1/8 of an inch, and that's really where the caliper is going to come in. And then a 1 23/32 deep body. So a router preparation for this is going to be 2 steps. You're first going to route the body, which is the deeper portion, only to that 3-inch wide by 1 23/32 deep, and then well, doesn't need to be quite 3/4 inch wide, but you'll probably end up mortising it. I like to do the body prep slightly smaller so that there's really no chance or less chance of any sight being able to see in through a deep mortise behind it. Then I would come back and do the plate only. That would be your 1/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 by 3/4 inch. And then your caliper is going to come in. You can see that you're going to need a little bit different prep over on this end than you would on this end. So I like to review that information before I start just mortising off a template. But the fact of the matter is, it's you're just, I think, improving the overall quality of job when you take it to a more detailed level, using a caliper to measure the exact piece of hardware that you have in your hand. Okay, so before you mortise, you'll probably want to do an audit of where your flush poles will end up being, and maybe before you're machining for those, you might want to take a look at where all the other doors are in terms of their lock heights. You might want to make a similar sort of matching of a vertical height of where you're going to mortise for the edge pull. If it's residential, you might be just replacing one, and if that's the case, you need to know obviously the width and the height. It'd be helpful to confirm that the depth of your existing door is prepped to receive this. Another question I get, speaking of size, is what's the projection of the pull? It's going to stick out from the face of the door about 1.25 inches, okay? About 1.25 inches. Now, finally, below this video, there's also the extended description, which gives all of the details that we've basically gone over, including these 2 screws that are included in a complementary finish. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Hager products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full Hager product catalog. The summary of Hager is this: they are the embodiment of one-stop shopping. Over the years and decades, I would say, the name Hager Hinge has evolved to well beyond a hinge company. They bring to market a comprehensive offering of everything for the doorway hardware-wise. Hinges, door closers, lock sets, exit devices, trim and auxiliary hardware, weather stripping, sliding door track and hangers, things that you would use with this, residential hardware like this, although this is under trim and auxiliary. They make everything for the opening except the door and frame itself, and I bet they're probably working on that as well. So, one-stop shop. I have a client base that uses Hager, that is loyal to Hager, and it's because they've come to rely on the fact that they can get it all from one source, and it's all good quality material as well. If you have any questions on the Hager number 9882 edge pull in a US26 bright chrome, or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.